this is going to work. I did manage to stream a go on The Walking Dead No Man's Land before. Now, are we good? I think so. Now, hopefully the sound is a bit better. Just trying to listen into it on my tablet because last time it didn't go so well. We're going to give this a go. Let's see how it works out. We've got Guild Wars going. We're going to dive straight into that. What I would like is for there to be a bit of a stream presence for The Walking Dead No Man's Land. I think it definitely deserves it. I am very used to, of course, doing videos. Put them on YouTube. I would like for this game to have a streaming presence as well. I think it'd be a fun one to watch live. So that's what we're going to go for. Going to use the classic Sashi Yumiko Mercer team. Now perhaps something that is worth bearing in mind. This week's star hero is Outlaw Negan. Fairly new hero. Not somebody that I'd used a lot. But I must say, I am impressed. He has proven to be a massively effective leader. And, yeah, I don't know what other people's opinions are. But I think he's fun. I think he's effective. The other thing that we've got going on that's pretty new is that a unique weapon. Not going to say very unique because that's a split infinitive and it's bad English. It's the Blaze Guard, that amazing RPG. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I think it really works well with Guardian Carol. She benefits from using weapons that cause status effects. And of course the Blaze Guard, it can set things alight. Now, especially if she double taps it. And what I found is that she works so well, funnily enough, with Negan as the leader. The reason being that the more attacks you make on a target, the more his skill is useful, you know, the more additional damage you're going to cause because he is the leader. So when she sort of double taps an enemy, it makes that skill kick in to a greater degree. You can have a maximum of 3 stacks of Outlaw Negan's leadership skill on a target. Each stack increases your damage, and you potentially have a chance to get a charge point if you make a non-lethal attack. His leadership trait. It's really effective. It's a little bit complex, and you have to get your head around it, but I mean, it really is something else. And if you've got characters like Yumiko, Guardian Carol, who have multiple attacks, they're just amazing when he's on the board. Ooh, is Yumiko's a little too close there, I think. I don't want that goo exploding all over her. Pause, because that sounds disgusting. And let's carry on. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna get out of here, I think. You'd better be crippled, because otherwise you're gonna get to Mercer. And we're just out of there. Let me see if I can move this to somewhere that's not incredibly annoying. I don't know if this is going to show up perhaps on, you know, that little Twitch icon. I don't know if that's going to show up on YouTube. Can I move it to cover? Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone because the more I play with it, the more annoying it's going to be. So where are we at the moment? We've got 404 guild points to the enemy's 0. It's kind of what I like to see. I've always said that with Guild Wars, I like to get ahead early shoot. Start causing damage and just not really let the other guys get a look in. So we need to stun these fools. I'm going to go there. Yeah, one of them's going to bump into Yumiko. That will stun him. The other one gets slammed into the wall. This is not really conducive to a ranged team. He should die to fire. Let's get a spiky cooking. And then let's use Carol's cookies to give us a little bit of a boost to our charge attack right here. And we target all of the big guys. He got off pretty lightly. But we got those other big guys on the screen. We got them down pretty significantly. Carol's cookies, it's got a couple of levels, therefore it is effective for more than just one turn. Let's put him out of our misery, get the points. Now Guild Wars started and the game sort of resets before, how would I put it, all of the daily stuff is available. So your daily quests, kills counting towards the survival pass, that kind of stuff. So Guild Wars has started, I think it starts an hour before all of that resets, so I'm not getting any points towards the survival pass for my kills, but that should change soon. Of course, the survival pass, absolutely fantastic way to get just top tier stuff without having to spend any money. I was having a discussion about that with somebody on the YouTube comments just yesterday, and I've got to stand by the idea that you don't need to spend money. I think that things like the Platinum Survival Pass are fantastic value for money. If, you know, I do spend on that because I very often do content for this game, and I think I should be, you know, having some of the premium stuff. But as for actually sort of buying the incidental bundles, spending tons of money, grinding away for, you know, for days and hours a day just to get stuff, I don't see the value. I think you get diminishing returns, and this is one of those games where you can enjoy it without having to spend bucket loads of money. It's unusual, it's a mobile game. Normally they are not that keen on quality. They're usually an excuse to just rinse people, but this, you know, genuinely, I don't think that you need to spend a packet just to be competitive. I think that some of that is because it's not a traditionally sort of PvP type game. That's normally where you're spending your money to become effective against other players in competition. We do have, you know, Guild Wars, which we're playing right now. That is you being pitted against another guild. It is competitive. It's not directly competitive though. Having the absolute tippity top best gear in this game, it's not essential. You're not going to do significantly better unless you know how to play the game. You've got to know how to do that. If somebody were to be a pretty clueless player and they've just spent an absolute packet thinking that that is going to earn them victory, you know, they're really sort of barking up the wrong tree. They are. Don't mind spending tools in Guild Wars. Good. I thought we might need some good defensive shooting against that walker that we just got some hits on. I can see that the kills are now tallying towards the survival pass. You see the gold icon sort of come up. There you go. So the game is now reset. We've got some daily challenges. I'll quickly take a time out to check on those. Shouldn't have any dramas getting that door open. I don't want to get too cocky. There could be some speedies hiding around the corner. Something could jump out and take us by surprise. But let's hope that doesn't happen. We should be able to make a clean getaway. Okay, 2 turns. We stun you guys. We cripple you. End turn. Open door. So far, so good. Okay, well, we've done something. Charge abilities, trade good purchases. Kill walkers with Rufus. Okay, alright. We will do that in a different game mode. Rufus, I think, is quite effective in Last Stand. He's certainly not a bad character. It's just, you're talking about a class where you've got Mercer, especially, plus Princess, and Rosita's definitely got some utility. We haven't, for example, got a turn counter. So that is something that is critical to Rufus's leadership trait. You need that turn counter to tick over for him to gain a charge point. Well, if there's no turn counter, his appeal is kind of limited, really. I certainly like to use him as a defender. You know, he's not awful. There's worse characters. I mean, somebody like the Governor is not bad per se. He's got his use, but he doesn't do anything to increase your effectiveness in combat. He increases the rewards that you get after the mission. So he's not somebody who's going to help you kind of kill your way to victory. Core, that metalhead is really flipping. You know, he's really managed to stay in the game. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to make a quick retreat here. I saw a tank. That's actually a gap there at the very top of the map. Okay, he's there. I thought he might come after us, in which case we could have been in some real trouble if we'd have kept everyone too close, bunched up, and close to that point where he might be able to get us. Oh shoot! Look at that. So this is one of those missions where the walkers are just flooding out turn after turn. It's very handy that Guild Wars gives you an idea of, you know, whether that's going to be the case, what kind of mission you're in for. Generally speaking, and it's a generalization with a lot of caveats, I think that missions where you have a threat counter are easier than the ones where the walkers are just pouring out of every angle. I mean, look at that. You get so many walkers just pouring out. Sometimes it's a benefit to have a target-rich environment, but often it's not. Okay, use your decimator. Let's stun some more folks. I think, yes, one turn we just open that door. We make a move. And we're gone. So I'm very used to producing videos on YouTube for this game. Streaming, not so much. I don't have as much experience with streaming anyway, but hopefully this is going to work. We'll check out the sound quality, all of that good stuff. Oh, magic! Let's upgrade Connie. 44 chance, 55% damage. She's a winner. Now I wonder... Let's bring the current star of the show in, shall we? I wonder how effective is Outlaw Negan as a follower. 3 stacks, 10 closest visible. I mean, let's do this. Let's see how good he is as a follower. Negan in the show, not exactly a perfect follower type, is he? But let's just see. I've started using him as the leader, obviously, because he's the star hero for this week. Let's just go there. I think that's the safest place for us to go. There's no rush here. Good old Negan has got a weapon which can reduce threat. That's awfully handy. So we're going to potentially have some walkers coming at us. We should be able to defend ourselves. Yes, we can. Negan, you get the kill. Oh, you idiot. I guess if Negan doesn't get the kill, it's not actually that much of a problem, because then his leadership trait kicks in. He starts marking enemies, and that means that you're going to get more damage when you do attack them. Let's get that speedy out of the way. I don't want him there. We've got some speedies there. So that's interesting. He's marked, even though Negan didn't get him. He's marked again. Does sort of everybody benefit from his leadership trait, even if he's not the leader? Is that a thing? Excuse me just a second, I can hear a cat. Come on then, Lishu. Okay. I'm streaming from my living room, obviously. I don't have a dedicated studio or anything. That means loads of interference from cats and things. Bless them. Shoot. Okay, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. Yeah, so we got the maximum number of debuff circles. I need to keep Tyrese there. Can you get a K? No, you can't. Not even close. Right, I want Tyrese to bat that spiky away. Connie saves Negan's butt. Very interested actually there. It was very interesting to use Outlaw Negan. He's got hurt, so I can't really continue to use him. I'm not going to use gold to heal him. We're going to keep those killer walkers for maybe the guild members who aren't as confident as, you know, at taking out the missions. How many have we got in today? We've got 3, so I think we go for this. What have we got? So that's Rick. Rickety Rick. You're taking over from Negan. I think because we've got some Commonwealths, I think we use that. The bayonet musket. This is a weapon that looks very, very similar to that Commonwealth rifle, which is available. Scout weapon, additional range, and the charge attack is a ranged attack. Very interesting to use. It's one of very few melee weapons that actually causes noise, as demonstrated there. Got a great bottleneck there. think we can do this. We may as well just leave Tyrese and Connie there. They're going to intercept that walker that's going to be attacking us, so we don't need to really directly go for him. Let's go here, stop that speedy, kind of encourage all of these other walkers to go through that debuff circle that Tyrese creates, if that's possible. Connie can go there, she's got interrupts. Okay. I think maybe we retreat here. Okay, I've kind of got to get this guy because otherwise he could potentially get Tyrese. That might have been a waste of Carol's cookies. If I'd have positioned a little bit better, we might not have had to use that to protect Tyrese, but then again, any chance to use the charge attack from the bayonet rifle is always welcome. And we get out of there. Now I would have given Survivalist Rick the Sawtooth Blade. The Sawtooth Blade is something that has sort of a non-luck based Swift Strike. You can always get an action after you make a kill, and it reduces threat after you make a kill. Kind of keen on getting this upgraded because it's really similar, but it can actually hit multiple enemies. We're gonna upgrade that actually. That sickle, though, there's one thing that the saw blade does that the sickle doesn't. The sickle can attack multiple enemies, but the saw blade actually causes additional damage, so its charge attacks would be more powerful. Oh, Io. Sorry, do excuse me just 1 second. Had to let one of the other cats, Io, out the front door. All she's going to do is go around the house and come back in through the back door. I don't know why she does that, but it's a hobby. It's a weird hobby, but it's a hobby. Okay, we've got some goos, we've got some really big stuff right in front of us. That's definitely a place for a debuff circle that will funnel them. Wondering if we can just take this guy out in one go. Yes, we can. Magic. Cuddle up next to Connie. Get some charge points back. Tyrese does another one of them. Do we risk it for a biscuit? I think we do. Ah, come on. Let's just be damn sure that we get the kill there. Tyrese has got his Overwatch on. Should be able to kill. Okay. That was just a misplacement. Pretty silly of me. Well, you can't make a omelette without breaking a few eggs. Unfortunately, Tyrese there got unduly injured. Hey, Dio. Third cat, Dionysus, has just made an appearance. I swear, they know when I'm streaming. They know when I'm making a video or something. Oh, so that was one where we had to kill a set number of enemies. Now, that's always interesting because having weapons that reduce threat can actually be a problem for you. Now, where's my teammate going? I think they've Yeah, they've just done their thing. They've just made it so that we've got the killer walkers available for anyone who's a little bit less confident. What we'll do is we'll clear the missions from this, swiftly swap it back to the classic loadout. We'll do all the missions here, we'll leave those survive battles, and then we'll just come back in once all of the islands are unlocked. We'll go finish those final stages, get maximum points, and hopefully that just sets us up for a win. There's some great stuff in the Guild War shop this time. Sometimes you get okay stuff and you're just like, well, that's alright, or you know, or it's just sort of a reskin of something that you've probably already got from the seasonal event or something. But sometimes the Guild War shop is just full of just really great stuff, and that is the case with this particular Guild War. So we want to do well, because we've really got something to shoot for, literally. Yeah, so this is one of those walkers come flooding out of every corner, every single turn type missions. We use a cookie-powered charge attack on those big guys. Ought to cause some harm. Looks like he didn't really get hurt too bad. Okay. Right, now you're almost dead, but you're not actually on fire or anything. Let's get away from this walker right here. Good. A stun is fine. I needed him to not be a risk to us. Outright killing an enemy is preferable, but sometimes stunning is just absolutely fine. You just need that turn to be able to get past them. Now, I was hoping to be able to stream on my tablet. I usually do the videos on the tablet. For some reason, the screen goes blank. It doesn't stream properly for some reason. So we're on the phone at the moment, which is okay. I think the bigger screen on the tablet is a bit more luxurious, but we can do this. If this is what I've got to do to stream, that's absolutely fine. I've started streaming Call of Duty Mobile. That actually works better on the phone. The smaller screen is actually preferable. Because of the way the controls work, having less sort of real estate to have to move your hands around actually is beneficial. Weirdly enough, you would have thought big screen, be able to see more. You know, that's definitely got to be the way forward. No, not necessarily. For this, there's no drawbacks to having a big screen, so, you know, chucking it on the tablet, I generally prefer that, but if we haven't got that option, that's fine. Yeah, we can go there. Okay, we caused a fair amount of damage to that metalhead. Let's get him cooking, because that will really seal his fate. Speaking of which, let's get you cooking. Incendiary, I've said it many times. Well, it's not essential because you can use melee characters on much higher difficulty levels, but it's something that's very useful, I find. I mean, if you've got an all-ranged team, then you may as well be setting walkers alight. A drawback of igniting these walkers, setting them on fire, is that if you have melee characters and they attack a target that's on fire, they can get burned. So, you know, it can be a bit of a double-edged sword. If everybody is ranged, then you're not ever planning on getting up close and personal with the enemy. So you can feel free to just set them alight. It doesn't make any difference to you whatsoever. Okay, let's go here. Cause a little bit more damage to that metalhead because he's doing a bit too well for my liking. Let's go here and try and get some charge points for Mercer because we might have to stun that metalhead again. There we go. Mr. Mercer is fully charged. Definitely one of the highlights of the Commonwealth story arc in the show. I think that had its ups and downs. I think the fact that we got Princess, Mercer, you know, those guys was actually pretty great. I think there were some pacing issues. I think they weren't sure whether to make the leader of the Commonwealth actually a bad guy or maybe somebody who was a bit more complex and misunderstood. And then they kind of just, in the finale, they just kind of went like, oh yeah, she's a bad guy. I thought that she was maybe being more manipulated by Hornsby. Screw it, I want to use this team. I'm just going to. Michonne. Yeah, come on. Come along. So yeah, Tyrese, Princess, some of those characters. We had some great episodes. I thought the finale was actually pretty good. It was. I was glad that our heroes got a happy ending. They definitely deserved it. Connie was a bit of a later addition as well. Whereas, I mean, Tyrese and Michonne, they kind of feel like OGs. Michonne was sort of introduced at the very end of season 2. Kind of. Wasn't actually Denai Guerrera who was portraying her. So, who it was underneath that cloak when she made her very, very first appearance is actually unknown. But, yeah, she later became a staple of the show, great character in her own right. I think they knew that she would be a big hit, just judging by the way that she was introduced. I mean, the classics that you got from the very first episode. Not Carl, I don't think. I think Rick meets Carl when he first joins up with the group. You've got Rick, Morgan, Glenn sort of as a voice cameo. Or does the first episode end with Rick crawling under the tank? I can't quite remember. Anyway, it's one of the things throughout all of the eras. There weren't many sort of genuinely naff characters. I think maybe some of the sort of secondary ones, or you know, the enemies were maybe not so great. Our actual main cast, our main heroes, as soon as people were introduced, you know, I think most of the characters were actually genuinely quite good. If you're thinking of main cast, the kind of people who are named as heroes in this game. Good performances, good characters. Oakley dokley. So, oof, look at that, 15 points. The other guild is really catching up. Okay, I'll stop being sarcastic. So this is one where we're going to have walkers flooding out of every corner. Let's use the classic team. I've often said, by the way, that I don't like spending gold to heal my characters. I figured that since we're streaming, we're doing a video, it's all just about having fun, as well as kicking some butt. I thought I might just heal up Tyrese there because I wanted to use him. I mean, it's just that simple. I stand by, you know, you don't use gold to heal people. it's not the best use of gold. There's a lot of other better things that you can spend it on, but every now and again, you know, you just want to have some fun. Again, with streaming, I want to keep the guild. I want to keep the teams varied and stuff. So, oh my God, cats! How the hell did she just open the door? I thought that door was closed. What are you doing, cat? Oh my God. Okay, fine. I'm recording this in the morning. What is it? Is it Thursday morning? Yeah, Thursday morning. Here in the UK. This is probably not a perfect time to be streaming. If anybody, you know, I've got one viewer at the moment. You're very welcome. Hi, thank you for watching. Might not get a lot of viewers. The fact is, this is just a convenient time to do it. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because my wife is upstairs sleeping. You know, so yeah, I really thought this through. But this is the time really when it's ideal for me to do streaming. Definitely not the ideal time to be getting like hundreds of viewers or anything like that, but I just wanted there to be a bit of a presence on Twitch for The Walking Dead No Man's Land. It's a top 10 game of mine. I mean, it's one of my favourite games of all time. Definitely one of my most played, that's for damn sure. And it is the reason why I make YouTube videos. You know, streaming is something that I'm still sort of dabbling with, but I'm really enjoying it. And it really is down to this game, so I definitely owe it a lot. Other favourites would... I mean, my favourite game of all time is probably this War of Mine. It's a survival game set in a fictional country during a civil war. Instead of controlling, you know, soldiers or anything like that, you're just a bunch of desperate, frightened civilians trying to get through from one day to the next, trying to survive this horrible tragedy that's befallen your country, and there are a lot of decisions that you've got to make. It's atmospheric, it's heartfelt, it's heartbreaking sometimes, which is amazing for a game. And because it was created by some people who survived through the siege of Sarajevo, it is very respectful of the situation that it's presenting, and it's very authentic. So this, kind of different from that. Oh my God, Lishu! Lishu, do you want to go upstairs? What are you doing? I swear, cats know exactly what they are doing at all times. And their intent is to annoy. Go on then. Okay, what do we got? We've got stunned guy there. Michonne, you get the kill. Let's see if we can reduce the threat counter. We can. Great. Fantastic. Conmeister, go there actually, just so that everyone's got a chance to get some charge points back. Magnifique. Beautiful. That target is weakened. Just such a great skill to have on your melee characters. Really makes a difference. That and persistence, I think, are two absolutely magnificent traits to have. Are they essential on melee characters? There's... I'd say you want at least one of those on your characters. I personally gun for both. I would go with the character's leadership trait. Oh. Plus lucky, ruthless, perseverance, and weaken. I think that they're great. Punish is great also for bruisers. They're the only ones who can get that. Scouts, I think, can have follow through, which is not terrible. We're going to do this one. Look at that, we've got some explosive barrels, we've got some commonwealths, we've got some speedies. This is an exciting mission, definitely. Lots of good variety in there. Lots of things that can go bang. Oh, maybe I should have livened it up by bringing the Blaze Guard. Now, the Blaze Guard, of course, brand new weapon. Hell of a lot of fun. I've done a couple of videos, things like the distance, where I decided, like, hey, what happens if we give Shane the Blaze Guard? In a word, explosions. Loads of them. He is immense fun if he's got the Blaze Guard. It's just nuts how much he can blow up. Oh my god, Speedy's just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. It happens. We've got to... Okay, that was a misclick. Okay, because of that, we're going to have to spend a tool to do that. Can we get you on fire, sir? No, we can't stun you. That'll have to do. So yeah, Mercer's just taking a bit of a hit there. I see out the corner of my eye a Speedy. Like to keep an eye on him, that's for damn sure. Yumiko, you get the kill there. So I know that we got a Speedy running around, being a nuisance. Can we get eyes on him? Yes, we can. There he is. Gonna have to move Yumiko out of there, because otherwise... Oh, shoot. Sugar. I've left Mercer at range of that Commonwealth. Oh, flippin' heck. Didn't get punished for it. That was some bad play there. We didn't get punished for it. And I am grateful for that. I'm not going to take that for granted. Let's just have a think about where we want to be, what we want to do. Definitely want Mercer charged. We can do that. We can do that. You, sir, are scarily close to Mercer. No. Let's just get the duck out fudge, shall we? There, there, there. And I think we're going to call that a stream there. So those that last mission, a little bit rough, a few mistakes being made. Let's take a break, chill out, and then we'll come back. We'll spend those last 5 attacks. Hopefully by then 20C will be available, and then we'll really just be slamming them on the points. Obviously you can see that they're making a very keen fight back there. I mean, sure, we've got 1,236 points. They've got 15 though. So I'm scared. No, I shouldn't get too cocky. Alright, okay, that's the end of the stream. Thank you very much for watching.